Hulk smash.
Or not. Welcome back everyone, it's Robert Macfarlane here, and today we're going to be taking a look at how you can diversify your income as a filmmaker.
When you gon' want this money, gotta go hard for the fortune, get to the motion. When you gon' taste this honey, sweeter than hives, get a dose of.
I think for a lot of us, myself included, I'd spent many years in film in the gig economy, doing freelance work and doing jobs when they came up. When clients needed a video, we were there for them. We would create that content. However, 2020 taught us one thing, that this isn't something that is always going to be around. And in the case of having a global pandemic, really seems to put the clamps on doing that video work. There was definitely less work on the ground than in 2019. And I think it highlighted to me that there is a danger of relying on freelance work. Now, when I started in the film industry just after university, the 2008 recession had just hit, and it was pretty tough then as well. And almost immediately I had to put my thinking cap on and start to diversify my income streams. If one day, God forbid, you got ill, would your business still continue to make money? Or would everything halt? Would the paychecks stop? And that's the difference between a service where you are exchanging time for money and a business where you are exchanging money for a product. And this product can be so many different things. And we as filmmakers, as content creators, have all of the tools and skills to be making brilliant content for ourselves and for others. And there are so many ways that we can do that where it can keep paying us long into the future from just the creation of one product. So without further ado, I'm going to share with you some different ideas on how you can diversify your income stream today. Many of you have probably heard of this, dabbled with it, taken a look at it, done a little bit of research, but how many of you have really considered stock footage?
No! God, please, no!
I know many of you are groaning right now, but please, hear me out, hear me out. Stock footage is one of those really interesting topics that I think it doesn't really get enough publicity. Just like any income stream, it's a lot of upfront work. So whenever someone says this is the key to a passive income stream, there is no such thing as passive.
Not true.
Pretty much all passive income streams are just front-loaded with the work, and then you benefit from the income over time coming back to you with very little or no work to sustain that income stream. Whereas the normal freelance economy is generally work and with a larger sum of money up front, but then no continuing money after that. So when it comes to stock footage or stock photography or stock sound, how can we earn money in this day and age? Now, I think lots of you probably have looked at stock and found that it's actually really quite saturated with a lot of filmmakers doing it. And to be honest, yes, there are a lot of filmmakers doing it. But what I would say is there is still lots of room for unique stock content to go out onto the market. And what I mean by that is taking one of your skills, a skill that you have built up, and starting to create content, stock content around that skill. If you are really good at filming macro objects, maybe finding something that's relevant to today's world and filming it in a macro way could be particularly interesting to some producers and editors and directors out there who are looking to get more unique and dynamic content for their videos. Because ultimately, stock content is out there to save money for the content providers, the content creators out there making their content. Now, I'm going to dispel any thoughts of grandeur and millions of dollars flooding into your account with the first 10 clips that you put up on to your chosen stock footage site.
I said, empty your mind.
It takes time and it takes perseverance. Just like anything, doing a YouTube channel, doing a blog, putting a product out there into the world, it all takes time. So for you to be successful as a stock footage content creator, you really need to take the time up front to consider the content that you're creating first, then be consistent in how often you create content, because just like YouTube, just like Twitter and Instagram and all of those social media sites, stock content websites also work on an algorithm, and that algorithm will actually put more recent content in front of more people more often. So if you are uploading content to your chosen platform once a week, you are reminding the algorithm on that website that you are there and you are active, and they really, really like active users. Even if you're only putting up 10 clips at a time, it can be as little as that. You will find that you will get more traffic and eyes on your content more often. Now, I can't say for certain you're always going to sell, because ultimately it's down to one, the quality of the content you're creating and the relevance of the content that you're creating to the people's needs. But what I would say is that most of these sites now give really, really helpful guides on what content they are looking for. What are they seeing being searched for on their website on a regular basis? Now, there are a few different stock websites out there that I have used and I think are really, really good. I thoroughly recommend Black Box as well as Pond5 and Shutterstock. Pro tip, if you are an exclusive content provider for a platform, they will generally put your content in front of people more often, again, because ultimately they want to promote you, because your content is uniquely there on that website and cannot be found anywhere else. So similar to stock footage, but I think is maybe a slightly less known area, is creating preset animations. Now, I know some of you probably don't even want to take a look at After Effects or Resolve Fusion, but if you are willing to give it a go, then you can actually make a lot of money from this area.
You can do it!
I personally would have missed many deadlines if I had actually gone out and trying to create a bespoke animation for a lot of my projects. Instead, just like stock footage, it is a money and time saving product. And also you need to remember that less people are creating animations, so it is a less saturated market. In a similar way to the stock footage, be regular and also choose your animations carefully. Look for what people are already looking for and see what you can do better than the others. This one's a biggie. This one takes quite a bit of effort and also requires you to get in front of a webcam.
It's showtime, everybody!
And that is running live courses. Now, some of you might be saying, well, isn't that kind of a gig? Well, no. What you need to do is you then need to record the live course and then offer that course on a type of educational platform such as Udemy, or if you want to create your own course platform on Thinkific or Teachable, it can be an incredibly powerful way of making money. Now, for example, a very well-known film-based YouTuber has a course up on Udemy and has had over 3,100 students. And even if the course was only sold at $10 a pop, well, I mean, we can all do the math on that, which probably would take you in the region of 1 month to create. So do the research before you create your course. I have also fallen victim to this, thinking that I would create a course that many people would like, but I didn't actually look for what was being searched for. Was there really a market for what I was creating, and who was going to buy it? So by doing that, you ensure that your time is well spent in creating something specifically for a group of people who are already looking for it. Now, many of you probably have a short film or two hidden under your bed on a hard drive or a DVD. Please don't have it on DVDs, huh? Yeah, get it on a hard drive as soon as possible. And they're probably not earning you any money. Now, depending on the contracts that you have with your cast and crew, you may not be able to do this. However, I do think it's incredibly valuable to start selling your content, start earning money from your films.
Show me the money.
Some people may want to actually put their films straight up on YouTube to watch for free. This is especially useful if you have a monetized YouTube channel, and some of you may want to put it up on platforms such as Vimeo.
You keep your eyes open. They're everywhere.
And put a paywall up to your film for as little as 50 cents, anywhere up to $5 to watch your cinematic showpiece. This can be incredibly useful in getting you some extra money in the door, as well as even building an audience for your content, because ultimately your film, you need an audience to want to see your content. Now, unfortunately, it's very difficult to find figures online for how much money people make with short films on Vimeo and YouTube. However, it's safe to say that some money is better than no money, and your films actually can build an audience, especially if you promote your film online regularly. You will see a consistent stream of people going to your films. So in summary, guys, I really think that diversifying your income is just imperative in today's age. We cannot rely upon the famine and feast freelance industries anymore. Instead, we actually have to take control of our income and make sure that our skills, expertise, and equipment are making money for us while we sleep. Don't forget, don't try to do all of these at the same time. Otherwise, to be honest, you'll fail. You'll just pick one that makes sense for you right now, get it complete, make sure you promote it right, do your research. You'll be able to be more resilient to times such as 2020 in the future. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you found some of this information useful, and don't forget to check out the links below to up your game on your next film.